Kevin, you did? I'm going to call the meeting of Lawrence Township Council together. Apologies for the voice. Just wanted to say welcome, everyone. Happy Black History Month. And just get into it. Statement of proper notice. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Lawrence Township Council being held on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 has been provided through the posting of the annual meeting schedule of said council in accordance with section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act. Said notice was forwarded to the Trentonian, the Times, and the Princeton Packet on December 12th, 2025. And we have the inspiration and the pledge of allegiance.
May we carry out our work at this meeting in a just, honorable, and sincere manner, always bearing in mind our duties and continuing to keep Lawrence a wonderful community in which to live. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I ask everyone to stay standing for 1 moment of silence for Jesse Jackson? Thank you. Madam Clerk, we have the roll call.
Ms. Farmer? Here. Here. Mr. Kanaki?
There.
Ms. Centers? Here. Mayor Bob?
Here. As we're all well aware, we have a vacancy on Township Council. The Lawrence Municipal Democratic Municipal Committee had forwarded us 3 individuals to fill the council vacancy: Sam Baldeo, Jeff Edelstein, and Bonnie Flanagan Giglio. We have interviewed them earlier this evening, and now I'm opening up for nominations.
I'd like to nominate Bonnie Flanagan Giglio.
Second.
Ms. Carter, may we have a roll?
We have to close down the.
A motion to close nominations.
Motion to close nomination.
Sorry?
Need a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Centers?
Yes.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mayor, just a housekeeping.
Yes.
I think you need to have a motion for acclamation of the candidate. You closed nominations, but actually need to vote.
No. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Sypak, for keeping us on the straight and narrow. Now that nominations are closed, Ms. Carter, do we have a roll call for Lawrence?
Yes. Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's 4. Now, congratulations.
And I just want to say to Mr. Edelstein and Mr. Valdez, thank you for putting your names in the hat. I know it's not easy. You've probably seen us and been interviewed by us and had questions asked by us in the municipal committee multiple times. So thank you for your service. Please stay involved. As you both have expressed to us, Lawrence Township is a wonderful place. So we'd love to continue serving our community. So thank you. With that, I guess we'll swear you in. Do you have something? So, this way. raise your right hand.
You got it. Got it.
Clear this. All right, ready? Repeat after me. I,
I,
Tanya Flanagan Giglio,
Fania Flanagan Gabriel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of council member
all the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll give you a second.
And that's
All right, moving on. Special proclamations, recognitions, and presentations. The 2026 budget presentation. Kevin Pierowinski, Municipal Manager.
Thank you. So this kicks off the budget, the formal budget review process by council. Our CFO, Peter Kyriakakis, is not here today, but we do have Christopher Hart, our municipal treasurer, who's here as well. So what I plan to do is to take, I think it's 15 minutes of time. So if at 12 minutes you think, how long is he gonna go on for? Just know it's a couple minutes longer. So I will be reading into the record my budget recommendation, and then we'll do a very brief budget update slideshow that'll just give a visual of the things that I'm reading into the record. First, I just want to explain our process. Lawrence Township operates under a council manager form of government established by the Faulkner Act. Under this structure, the municipal manager is responsible for preparing and proposing the annual budget. The Township Council, as the elected governing body, reviews that proposal, may amend it within the limits of state law, and ultimately adopts if following a public hearing. The budget itself is not simply an internal financial document. It is a legally regulated financial plan governed by the New Jersey local budget law. That law requires the budget to be balanced, revenues to be certified and realistic, debt and reserve requirements to be met, and property tax levy to comply with the state's levy cap limitations. In addition, our budget is subject to review by the Division of Local Government Services to ensure compliance with state standards. The process begins months before introduction happens. Department directors submit their operational needs for the coming year. This happens in October. Those requests are reviewed in detail by the administration and our chief financial officer. We evaluate prior year spending, contractual obligations, staffing levels and capital needs, and anticipated revenues such as state aid, local fees, and surplus. We also consider long-term financial stability, including debt service, pension obligations, and healthcare costs. It's important to understand that the majority of the township's budget is driven by fixed or semi-fixed costs, upwards to 70 to 80%. Salaries, employee benefits, debt service, utilities, insurance, and legally mandated expenditures account for most of our appropriation. That means only a portion of the budget is truly discretionary from year to year. Once the proposed budget is finalized administratively, it is introduced by the council at a public meeting. After introduction, it is made available for public inspection. Public hearing is then held, allowing residents to comment before council considers final adoption. In short, the Lawrence Township budget reflects three key principles: compliance with state law, responsible fiscal management, and alignment with the policy priorities established by this governing body. This evening's recommended budget represents the product of months of careful analysis and planning, and I look forward to working with the mayor and council through this process and answering any questions you may have as we move onward. So this is the budget recommendation. As we present the 2026 municipal budget, It is important to acknowledge that Lawrence Township, like households and businesses throughout our region, continues to experience rising costs across virtually all areas of operation. Increases in goods, services, utilities, insurance, contractual obligations, and statutory mandates, many of which are beyond the township's control, have had a direct impact on this year's budget. While any tax increase is understandably unwelcome, there are circumstances in which adjustments are necessary to maintain essential public services and fiscal stability. The 2026 budget includes a 2-cent increase in the municipal tax rate, the first municipal increase since 2023. This measured adjustment allows the township to responsibly address external cost pressures while maintaining and improving the service levels our residents expect. The total municipal budget is $60,469,152.37. The recommended municipal tax rate for 2026 represents a 2-cent increase from last year and is 0.72. 1 cent equals $477,582.03. The amount to be raised by taxation in 2026 is $32,093,972.64. This is an increase of $1,093,793.25. The levy cap bank available from 2023, 2024, and 2025 is $6,716,286. And we will use 0 to remain within the 2% tax levy cap. Note, the 2023 cap bank of $3,486,786 expires this year, leaving a usable cap bank of $3,293,013. The 2025 year-end surplus balance is $21,283,549.66, down from a 2024 year-end balance of $22,091,314.27, a decrease of $807,764.61. The surplus balance remaining available after applying an amount as anticipated in 2026 revenue will be $11,968,549.66, a decrease again of $807,764.61 over the 2025 remaining balance. The cash reserve balance for tax appeals is $8,019,491.18. The decrease in outstanding debt continues. The 2010 closing balance was $30,797,000. The 2025 closing balance is $5,992,000, reducing our debt by $2,423,000 from last year. For 2026, we have budgeted another $2,423,000 in the debt reduction. In addition, the year-end reserve bank balance in Lawrence Township Self-Insurance Fund is $1,573,667.93. The 2026 municipal budget appropriates $120,000 to fund this decrease. The municipal open space balance is $5,209,692.25. Revenue. Revenues that support the municipal budget come from multiple sources and are placed in one of 4 categories: surplus, miscellaneous revenues, receipts from delinquent taxes, and the amount to be raised by taxation or current tax receipts. The amount of revenue from each category anticipated to support the municipal budget is controlled by state statutes and regulations. Those legal restrictions are in place to ensure the fiscal solvency of New Jersey municipalities. Generally defined, the statutory restrictions are as follows. 1, surplus is limited to the amount available from fund balance cash. 2, miscellaneous revenues are limited to no more than the amount realized in cash in the immediately preceding fiscal year for each revenue source. 3, receipts from delinquent taxes are limited to the collection percentage realized in cash against receivable balance of the prior year. And 4, current taxes are the default revenue necessary to close any gap in revenues to balance the budget against appropriations. The legal provisions that regulate the utilization of revenue in an operating budget must be applied alongside a local policy that anticipates revenues at levels that can be sustained in future budgets, and that considers the replenishment of cash surplus. Receipts in excess of what is anticipated in the budget are credited to surplus year-end. It is simply the regeneration of surplus. The development of revenue estimates must consider not only the current budget, but also future budgets. Failure to craft a budget without sustaining revenues for future use will lead to diminished support of appropriations and increase the demand for taxation. This long-term approach has been applied to prepare the recommended budget. Cash surplus anticipated as budget revenue results from the fiscal activity of the immediate prior fiscal year. The amount of surplus to be applied as budget revenue comes from a known year-end balance. The significant contributors to generating a cash surplus are revenue realized in excess of amounts anticipated in the prior budget year, lapsed 2024 appropriation reserves, miscellaneous revenue not anticipated. Cash surplus is anticipated as revenue in the 2026 recommended budget of $9,315,000. Surplus is 15 41/100% of total budget revenues. Miscellaneous revenues are from known and recurring sources, permit fees, interest income, and state aid. The amount of revenue from this category is limited by statute to not being anticipated in the current year's budget in excess of what was collected from the same identical source in the immediately prior year. Miscellaneous revenues are 29 61/100% of the total budget revenues. Receipts from delinquent taxes are payments on outstanding prior year receivables and tax title liens held by the municipality. The year-end tax receivable balance is $1,337,012.82. The 2026 budget anticipates $1,150,000 as revenue from this source. Delinquent tax revenue is 1 90/100% of the total budget. Property taxes are the amount necessary to balance the budget, with revenues equal to appropriations. Property taxes, also referred to as the amount to be raised by taxation, are the difference between the total of all budget appropriations and the total of anticipated revenues. The amount to be raised by taxation in 2026 budget is $32,093,972.64. This is an increase of $1,093,793.25. Property taxes is 53 800% of the total revenues. When calculating the tax rate, it is necessary to know not only the amount of taxes to be collected, but also the value of taxable property in the municipality, also known as the net valuation taxable. The 2026 net valuation taxable is $4,775,820,300. This is an increase of $21,361,000 over the previous year. The increase in the taxable value, though 35% less than last year, helps to support budget growth. The new taxable value results in a tax rate of 1 penny equaling $477,582.03. The recommended municipal tax rate for 2026 is 0.672, a 2-cent increase. A residential property owner with a property value at the 2026 average residential assessment of $289,900 will pay $1,948.13, or $73 more in municipal property taxes. Appropriations. While crafting the 2026 recommended municipal budget, the challenge remains in implementing financially efficient services at an appropriate level. The New Jersey municipal budgets are restricted by law appropriation cap to limit designated appropriations from increasing no more than 2.5% of the cost of living adjustment, whichever is less, or with exceptions. For fiscal year 2026, per the NJDCA, the cost of living adjustment was 2%. Below is the significant increases in our appropriations. Employee health benefits inside and outside caps is $1,380,840.41. Salary and wages, $1,146,500. Pension contributions to PFRS and PERS, $217,826.59. Insurance, $156,660.55. MCI recycling, $66,485. Social Security and Medicare, $49,000. So the total of our appropriations from last year to this year is $3,017,312.55. The recommended budget includes $55,000 to Lawrence Township Unemployment Fund, $120,000 to the Self-Insurance Trust Fund, and $51,000 to Lawrence Township Accumulated Sick Leave Trust Fund. These are consistent annual budget contributions. Lawrence Township municipal employees are provided health benefits or may qualify for a cash payment in lieu of those benefits if they meet the applicable eligibility requirements of the health care program. Health benefits are provided through the New Jersey State Health Benefits Program, which dictates specific benefits and co-payments. Employees contribute a percentage of the premium from their applicable coverage, and the salary levels guide these percentage contributions. Employees will contribute $1,980,861.46 towards their health benefits. The employee group health insurance appropriation increased to $1,380,890.41, 26.32%. The appropriation increased due to rate changes, participation, and new hires. Lawrence Township employees are members of the Public Employee Retirement System, Police and Fire Retirement System, and Defined Contribution Retirement Plan. Participation in these systems require contributions from employees and the employer. Police and fire employees contribute 10% of their salary, and civilian employees contribute 7 50/100% for PRS and 5 1/2% for the DCRP. The employee rates of contribution are 36 75/100% for police, 16 36/100% for PERS, and 3% for the DCRP participants. The 2026 appropriation for the PFRS is $2,353,708, PERS $1,328,426.09, and DCRP is $9,500. State of New Jersey fully administers the pension system. Lawrence Township is billed annually from the employee share of the pension liability to PFRS and PERS. The systems are valued on prior wage levels 2 years prior for PERS and PFRS. The Ewing Lawrence Sewage Authority provides sewer treatment services to Ewing Township and Lawrence Township. The cost of that service is controlled by ELSA and is apportioned to each municipality based on flow levels received at the plant. Each town will pay the debt service on specific projects that benefit its community. For 2026, the annual charge for Lawrence Township is $6,239,552.26, with no rate increase to the end users, township residents. The appropriations paid from sewer service fees collected separately from real estate taxes. The appropriation for debt service includes appropriations for bond anticipation notes interest in the amount of $237,680, $18,389.31 in lease payments related to police vehicles, statutory ban payments of $290,743.10, and $2,132,256.90 in ban rollover payments to further decrease the township's outstanding debt with an anticipated settlement date in 2028. The reserve for uncollected taxes is a non-spending appropriation mandated by state law to collect sufficient cash through taxes to meet the school, county, and municipal tax levy requirements. The appropriation is needed to close the gap between the current taxes anticipated and 100% being collected. This appropriation is $4,046,198.61, of which approximately 12.61% is attributable to the municipal portion of the tax rate. I want to thank Peter Kiriakatis and our finance staff with putting this together, and all our department heads who participated in the process. I left in front of you the recommended budget, which will be available online through our website. I left for you a supplemental budget review materials that has been produced over the last couple of years that kind of targets specific areas of interest that you've identified to me. And we'll just briefly, if I can, give you the budget schedule. So tonight, February 17th, we're doing the recommended budget. March 3rd, 2026, department head presentations. March 17th, 2026 is the introduction of the 2026 municipal budget. And April 21st, 2026 is the public hearing on adoption. I'm going to ask Chris, could you go up? And we're going to just do the slideshow. That'll just put a visual to some of the numbers that I threw at you. Yeah, okay. This slideshow will also be available on our website in the finance department. So if you click. Geez, I can't see that. All right. So this is a broad view of our revenue sources against our appropriation sources. And so the use of surplus I've identified as $9,315,000. Revenue anticipated is $17,905,179.173. Delinquent taxes, $1,150,000. So what that does, we put those three numbers against what our appropriations total is, and the difference has to be made up through the amount that we need to raise for taxes. So that's the municipal tax levy, which is $32,093,972.64. So our total budget, as you can see from both sides, revenue sources and appropriation is $60,464,152.37. Now, some of you have seen in the past, our budget has gone up, I think, as high as $68 million. That's through generally driven by our grants that we receive. From year to year, we receive different amounts of grants. One year we had a really good grant year. So grants are put into the budget, but they also can increase the total budget because they're on both sides. They're revenue and their appropriation. So looking at that number alone, you can't really identify whether or not our spending is to the point where it's problematic. That's just a number that gets us very close, but doesn't really take into consideration the grant game that we have in Lawrence Township. Okay, next one. And this just gives a brief description of our levy cap and appropriation banks. We tend to not be able to have to use our banks too much, if at all. Major revenue sources, surplus, we're using VATM at $9,315,000, ELSA, state aid. State aid has been very, very consistent over the last, 5-10 years. It's $4,031,316.98. This is something that I can tell you concerns a lot of CFOs and municipal managers and business administrators who are crafting budgets from year to year. We don't know what our state aid will be from year to year. And it gets more speculative with the instability that we're kind of seeing with states like us interacting with the federal government. The federal government provides the state with federal funding. And I think our state aid has some kind of impact on what they distribute to municipalities. If they're getting less from the federal government, we could anticipate getting less. Next slide. These are our major appropriations. These are the major costs for our budget. And a lot of these we can't control. We wake up on January 1st, 12:01 a.m., and a majority of these it is what it is, and we have to figure out ways to keep pace so we can continue to deliver the services that our residents and business expect. Next. And this is our tax rate from year to year. You can see the difference, 0.72 from 0.652. The difference is 2 cents. Give you the school rate and the county rate. This is our debt service. This is what we're going to be rolling over, $5,942,000. And we've always said over the last couple of years that we're targeting the end of 2027 to be debt-free, and it seems to be on target for that. So we're well situated. If we have any significant capital improvements, we'll be a town that has, I think, top-notch financial stability. And this is some of our capital budget. This is what we need to spend to keep ourselves able to provide the services: police, non-police, body cam digital storage, AI body cam incident report transcriptions, police AI server and software, public safety equipment, body and vehicle cameras, and fire rescue equipment. Next. And this is a part of our capital budget continued. This is where a lot of the money is going. And you can see our fire apparatus. We are saving towards a new fire apparatus. Road improvements. Okay, next. And this is what the pie looks like. We're at the top left, 2104. The 5320 is the state. I guess we gotta change the names there. Chris, remember that? Category names. And the brown is the county. And up there, that slice of green is our open space tax. Okay. That's it. What do you got next? All right. So there we have it. I've given you these documents for review. I'm available to all of you whenever. I've already met with all of you individually to discuss what I was presenting here today. So I'll be available to you throughout the process. We're going to make all of these documents available on our website for people to view, to meet transparency purposes. And the next date, we will have department heads come in and provide their presentations.
Well, thank you. Any brief questions from council?
Just real quick, having gone through something similar before, you mentioned the average tax increase for the homeowners would be about $73. Can you just shed some light on what a home's assessed value is versus what a home's value, Zillow value is?
Oh, yeah. So for property assessment purposes, in Lawrence Township, our average value is $289,900. That's not market rate value. That's that value the first value that I indicated was the value that we use to establish a tax rate and the tax bill for each property.
Is there a place homeowners can go to find their assessed value, the assessed value of their home?
Tax assessor's office. Yep. It'll be available for that. It's also available online as well, in our website, at our website, put in the property details.
Any other questions from council at this moment? Well, plenty of opportunities, both publicly and privately, so. Thank you, Andrew. With that, public participation, 5-minute limitation. Welcome.
Welcome. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I come before you tonight to comment on the $3 million whistleblower lawsuit that the council.
I'm sorry, if you could just say your name.
Oh, gratefully.
Thank you.
That the council put a press release out on. In regards to the press release, I disagree with the wording that no township funds were used for the settlement. And the reason for that is that that $3 million settlement was real and paid for by taxpayer-funded premiums by the municipalities that are members of the joint insurance fund, which Lawrence is a member of the JIF. So there were some taxpayer funds that involved in that. In regards to the lawsuit, I read the complaint and found a concerning deposition that the council needs to respond to. I'm not going to get into the details tonight since the council has not had time to read it. I am, however, going to ask each of you to sit down with me to discuss the contents once you have read it. Such as Councilman Kanaki, you always say you'll sit down with people to talk. Well, now's the time. I know Mayor Bobbitt, you'll get back to me, but I would like to talk to everybody after they read it. I have the relevant pages of the deposition for you to read, and I just want to sit down and have a conversation with everybody. That's all. Okay. Connie, it's for you. Give it counsel. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Fleet, for the homework assignment. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyone else? I'm going to close public comment. Review and revision of the agenda. Mr. Secretary, do we need a closed session?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Now, do we need to amend the agenda to remove it or just not introduce?
It's standard to be on there. You probably, for record keeping, you should remove it.
Okay.
Make a motion to remove the closed session.
I was gonna ask, can I get a motion to remove 18H8 from the agenda?
Motion to
What is
remove.
not on there? Is that if needed? There's no number.
Oh,
We didn't,
Yeah.
no, there is a number. Oh, there's no resolution number.
Right, there's no
Okay.
resolution.
okay.
It's just always gonna be on there if needed, in
Oh,
case we amended to need it. if we
So we don't need the resolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I will move on to 8, adoption of minutes of previous meetings. Yes, I was right to be separately.
Make a motion to, the adoption of minutes for our regular meeting December 2nd, 2025.
So second.
Second.
Ms. Farmer? Yes. Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Abstain. Don't think I turned it on. I'll just yell. Red.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes. So I have a motion for 8.
Motion for AP adoption minutes for our regular meeting December 16th, 2025.
Second.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Giglia?
Abstain.
Ms. Sanchez?
Abstain.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes.
Motion for 8C adoption minutes for a special meeting December 30th, 2025.
Second.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Giglia?
Abstain.
Ms. Santos?
Yes.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes. All right. No bids, so we'll move on to introduction of ordinances. Do I have a motion for 10A?
Move 10A, introduction of ordinance number 2505-26, ordinance amending chapter 435 of the Lawrence Township Administrative Code entitled Vehicles and Traffic, designation of one-way traffic pattern for public alley.
Second.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mr.
this designates a one-way traffic pattern for a public alley between Pear Street and Strawberry Street. This arises from a request from nearby property owners, was investigated, considered, and recommended by our municipal engineer.
Thank you. Any questions from council at this moment? Ms. Farmer?
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Giglia?
Abstain.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
And Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes. All right. No ordinances for adoption. Managers report.
I don't have anything to report.
You sure? I mean, you've already had 15 minutes, Annie. All right, thank you. Attorney's report.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Sedek. Clerk's report.
Nothing.
Hey, chugging around a lot there. There's no unfinished business, new business, appointments to committees and boards. Yeah, I was going to make a motion for public safety. Let's get to that. I would like to nominate Christopher Laird for a 2-year unexpired term on public safety. Make that motion.
Second?
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Giglia?
Abstain.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Bobbitt?
Yes. And was there another member? Okay. All right, Councilman, do you want me to share that, or do you want to share that with the public? Okay. Mr. Knapp would like to hold that for till next meeting, just to do a little more review. All right. I believe those were the only two for this evening, unless,
Those were the only two.
okay. All right, thank you. Public participation, 3-minute limit. Anyone? Okay, I'm going to close public participation. Now we'll move on to 18 resolutions.
Okay, I'd like to move in a block 18A through 18H7.
Second.
Ms. Farmer,
Yes.
Mr. Knapp,
Yes.
Ms. Cahill,
Abstain?
Ms. Richards,
Yes.
Mayor Bobby.
Yes. Council initiatives and liaison reports. I know it's early in the year, but
I just wanted to mention a few things. Growth and Redevelopment met on February 10th. We do have a job fair tomorrow, February 19th at the Quaker Bridge Mall from 5 to 7 p.m. So share with your friends and families family members who may be looking for employment. There will be a lot of good opportunities to speak with people there. We discussed some other events we're planning throughout the year, some things around AI for business owners, stuff like that. The War on Alcohol and Drug Alliance also met a few weeks ago, and NAMI has some events coming up that I'll have more information about probably next time, including a family seminar and a fundraiser in May. So, and we did welcome Ola Dasher to our alliance, so that was great, and discuss some good services for people struggling with substance abuse that are available now. So, all good things.
thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, if you want to say something, yeah. No.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm very excited. I've served on recreation for a long time, so I just wanted to say, thank you so much to the rec department for the candlelight walk at Colonial Lake. Hopefully people were able to go out and see that. Obviously there's many more rec events coming up, but that one that just happened. And then, I don't know if you're gonna mention the fire, you got it, okay, so thank you so much.
Just that I shared with you all, sent it to the clerk, the 250th committee, Lawrence Township is looking to, banners for Route 206. So we'll be talking about that more in the future, that you have now, a drawing of what that looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the Public Safety Committee is gonna have a meeting tomorrow here, correct, at 6:30 to discuss the fire service. We're gonna have our new consultant here, so it should be a good informative opportunity for the public to weigh in and also to hear what the consultant has already been looking at. So look forward to seeing you all here tomorrow at 6:30. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion order.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, thank you all.
Board.